all truth, all the answers. We could find out why we're here, learn how to change our fates, stop Ragnarok for good, maybe. Save the people we love.
You're now live in the mix on Truthful Talk Radio.
You can't handle the truth.
A Players for Life production.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. You are now live on Truthful Talk Radio. Ahora esta viva en la radio, Truthful Talk, an interactive radio show where you will be entertained and hopefully somewhat enlightened. Hosted by yours truly, Fu, Players for Life CEO, aka Mr. Truthful Talk, where I showcase some of the hottest independent artists in the game, bringing you exclusive interviews, discussing the latest hot topics, along with authentic live reaction videos. And if you can handle the truth, Truthful Talk Radio is a safe place to have open, truthful, and productive dialogue about controversial topics, and to have the difficult conversations in order to help us get the results and outcomes we want out of life. Truthful Talk Radio is also the home of PlayersForLife.com. Make sure you log on to PlayersForLife.com, check out the player apparel, and let me know if you're a player for life or not. Hit that like button on the way in, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and also make sure you turn on your post notifications so you know whenever I go live right here on Truthful Talk Radio. Help us take the power out of payola and put the power back into talented, dedicated, and ambitious artists and musicians' hands. With that being said,
You can't handle the truth.
can you handle the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Can you handle the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Welcome back to another episode of Truthful Talk Radio. If you're new to the show, like I said, this is an interactive radio show. The more you interact, the more entertaining and enlightening the show will be. This is the live reaction part of the show. In this show, we're going to go with the content creator culture wars. This time is Monique versus Jesse Lee Peterson. The last culture wars content I reacted to was Charleston White versus Jesse Lee Peterson. Let's see how this conversation with Monique go. Hopefully it's just as entertaining and enlightening as the Charleston White interview. Let's get it in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is how we get it in. You are now live.
You're now live in the mix on Truthful Talk Radio.
And if you want any artist played right here on Truthful Talk Radio, send it to that email scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, truthfultalk@gmail.com. Same thing with the live reaction videos. If you want me to react to a particular video, go ahead and send it to that email, truthfultalk@gmail.com. With no further ado, let's get into this live reaction video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the live, people. Share the live.
You're now live in the mix on Truthful Talk Radio.
Turn your radio up.
Let's go.
The mother got together and they had sex and they made you. Were you created by God or by the universe?
The universe. I'm not going to change my mind, Jesse.
So when you say universe, are you saying the universe is God?
Right.
Oh.
Yes. That's you call it God. I say the universe. I say it's always, everywhere, all the time, sees all things, everything. So what you say, God, because see, for me, in my humble opinion, especially in our community, God got a lot of restrictions. God got a lot of rules. God jealous. God be mad as shit, Jesse. God gonna punish you and send you to hell. I don't want to fool with him. God costs 10% of my money. Now, wait a minute.
Amazing.
So for me, it got to Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I just say, I want to just love you. And that's it.
Amazing. Amazing. I have with me the one, the only, Monique. That's the whole name. Monique, a comedian and an Oscar-winning actress. Monique, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Jesse.
Absolutely. So is your husband the head of you?
Say that again.
Is your husband the head of you? You know, God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children.
Oh, that's so good. Yes, my husband is my king. He is the king of the castle.
Right on. Being a Oscar-winning actress, you're a worker, you know how to be independent. What is it like to have a man that's the head of you? You can look up to and admire.
You know, Jesse, that's a great question because it's an honor.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to get there because I was that independent, empowered Black woman that couldn't nobody tell me nothing. So it took me a minute to understand that I did have a king and that I had to understand the order of the relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that he was patient enough.
This is one of the primary problems with Black men and women today, that order is broken. When I was growing up, Black men and women did not mind. They loved living that order of God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. Women love being women, men love being men, and they did what they're supposed to do. And then that order broke and everything went to hell in a handbasket. And I firmly believe, without a doubt, if men were to come back to their natural state of being and bring that woman out of that ego hell, we could have an amazing Black community again.
Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech.
Message that's being pushed out there is be independent, be empowered, be a boss up. Well, we're taking that home to our families.
Bruh.
And we're taking it home to our husbands. And in my humble opinion, when you got a real Black man, he ain't falling for the boss up.
That's right.
So, and when you got a real Black man, he puts his queen in a position where she don't want to boss up. I love feeling protected. I love feeling that with that man, everything is okay.
Yeah.
Speak your speech. Speak your speech.
That's right, Monique. Tell them.
So
y'all listening?
Goes both ways. And a lot of us in our community, we haven't been taught how to love. We haven't been taught how it should be in a relationship. We've not been taught those fundamental principles and values. So we got to go back to just the basics.
When women look down on you for loving your husband and obeying him and being right with him, how do you deal with that when they look down on you for that?
I don't waver. And I got big shoulders for a reason. I'm okay if they look like they can look however they want to look, but I'm looking in his eyes and he's looking in mine.
Right on.
And what I'm saying to those sisters is, sisters, it works. I know what we've been sold and I know what we've been told.
Yeah. Are you a Christian?
No.
You're not a Christian? Do you believe in God?
I believe in the universe.
How about God?
I believe in, you call it God, I call it the universe, because the universe is everywhere. So I believe everything starts with the universe. And for me, Jesse, the love I have for the universe allows me to love everybody with no judgment whatsoever. Whatever you do, however you do it, it allows me to love you with no judgment. I want to share something with you. I did a prison special, right? And I went to this prison in Ohio. And a sister was a warden at the time, right? And I asked her, because they had death row there. And I wanted to see what death row was.
Right.
I wanted to look into the person's eyes that was on death row, and I wanted to see the monster, right? So she takes me to death row. And she says, Monique, you cannot touch them. And I said, that's inhumane. And I'm going to touch them, right? So they wouldn't open up the bar, but they could put their hands through the little gate.
Right.
The one lady that came to that gate, Jesse, she looked at me and half of her face and body was burned. And she said, Monique, nobody's touched my hand since I've been in here. She was in there for like 10, 12 years. She said, I set my house on fire with my son in it.
Amazing.
And when I ran outside, I came back to my senses, Monique. She said, when I ran back in to get my baby, I couldn't get to him because by now the fire department then got there and they got me out. And she said, if I could do it all over again, but I can't. So I deserve to be here. I'm not asking not to be here. She said, but I just want people to know that if I could do it all over again. And Jesse, me and that woman held each other's hands and we cried together. It allowed me not to judge her because I don't know where her mind was that day. I don't know. And sanity and insanity is a fine line. The other sister that was in there, she had her husband killed.
Amazing.
The man that, she didn't actually pull the trigger. The man that pulled the trigger got the death penalty. She got life. She went to the judge and said, can you please switch the sentences? I don't deserve to live for what I did to my husband because he didn't deserve that.
Wow.
Me and that woman held on to each other. So I don't play in groups. I don't play Christianity. I don't play Muslim. I don't play Baptist. I simply play love. I belong to the group called Love, and I believe in the universe.
What?
Speak your speech.
Speak your speech, Monique.
Speak your speech.
So far, I'm entertained and enlightened. Hope you are too. Let's get into the show. Hopefully, you can handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
So, if I'm hearing you right, so when your father and mother got together and they had sex and they made you, were you created by God or by the universe?
The universe. I'm not going to change my mind, Jesse.
So when you say universe, are you saying the universe is God?
Right. Yes, that's you call it God. I say the universe. I say it's always, everywhere, all the time, sees all things, everything. So what you say, God, because see, for me, in my humble opinion, especially in our community, God got a lot of restrictions. God got a lot of rules. God jealous. God be mad as shit, Jesse. God gonna punish you and send you to hell. I don't want to fool with him. God costs 10% of my money. Well, what now? Wait a minute.
That's the same way when I was coming up in church. I'm like, God gonna allow me to go to hell and burn up for eternity, but he supposed to love me? It just didn't make any sense. There's a lot of things in, because I actually study both Christianity and Islam, not to a great degree, but I was raised in the Baptist church and dabbled in, Islam as well. I have an Islamic name. My name is Fuquan, and it means the judgment between right and wrong. That's the basis of it. And it's kind of crazy because it goes right with my philosophy of Players for Life, because Players for Life, log on to playersforlife.com and figure out what the philosophy is. They kind of go hand in hand. So, but I was confused with a lot of things that was in the Bible or even being said and done in church. And I move more to the universe energy type of mentality as well, because people are being controlled with religion. And if you look up the definition of religion, is what you believe in. It's your faith, what you believe in. So I believe we're all players for life. Y'all log on, let me know.
Players for life.
So for me, it got to Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I just say, I want to just love you. And that's it.
Amazing. I gotta ask because I'm not clear on this.
Amazing.
And I watched the video, try to get it right.
Okay.
When you say you and your husband are in a relationship,
Yes.
what it's called shared relationship or something like that.
No, open.
Open relationship, right? Are
Yes.
you saying you have sex with other men and he has sex with other women?
Let me explain it. Okay.
What?
When we first got together, Jesse, I married my best friend.
Right.
I married my partner. I married the man that I called up when I was cheating on my other husbands. Jesse, okay, don't judge me. Because it was he's been my best friend since I was 14 years old, right? So when we first got married, I wasn't marrying my husband. I was marrying my best friend. I was marrying my partner. And no, we wasn't in love. What I was marrying was protection. And I needed somebody I could trust. And I needed somebody that I knew that loved me for real. So when we first got together, I said, listen, because in my mind at the time, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
My ego this big, baby.
Yeah.
I'm Nikki Parker. All over the world, Jesse. Okay.
Amazing.
I love how transparent she has become over the years. It's a big difference. Monique has changed so much. And I'm so proud to see she didn't let the industry allow her to sell her soul. So give her a big round of applause for standing up to the machine. She went against Tyler Perry and all of the big wigs in Hollywood. So I commend her for that, because you have to stand on something, and she stood on her integrity to this day. And it seemed like it made her a better person, woman, wife, and maybe even mother. I don't know her relationship with her kids, but I know she has them. But it's a good thing to see. Truth be told, let's get back to it.
You can't handle the truth.
When we first got together, because it was my best friend, I didn't know how to lie to him. I didn't know how to play him. So I said, listen, check this out. There's still a cat that I want to keep seeing. I enjoy his company. It ain't nothing serious. But, you know, from time to time, I like to see him. It was like, yo, you my best friend. That's not going to stop us from loving each other.
Yeah.
But I want you to understand something. You know, if you can see other dudes, I can see other women. I said, no, that's not the plan. I'm famous and not you. That comes from being famous. Now, that's initially how it started. That's initially how
she tried to pimp him, bro.
Started, that we could be with other people if we so. That wasn't our deal breaker if we so choose.
Right.
Once time went on and we fell in love and we became like, wow, we married to each other? This is beautiful. Now, let me be clear. It's still not a deal breaker, but it's not something that I want to even think about, because that man got me so wide open, Jesse. Like, we both so sprung on each other, baby. Our children be like, damn, y'all going on a date again? Yes, again. Don't knock on the door. Okay. Okay. So, you know.
So if I hear you right, you're saying now that you guys are married, you don't do that anymore when you're sleeping with other people?
No, but we're still in an open relationship. And what it means now is we so open to each other, neither one of us will leave this earth without knowing each other fully. So open to our feelings and emotions and our thoughts.
But if you do that, do you let each other know, or you just go out there and do it and come back home?
It ain't no secret. Like, that's my best friend.
So would you say to him, honey, I went out and I got screwed tonight?
No, because you're not going to ever disrespect your king, and your king is not going to ever disrespect the
So
queen.
you don't tell.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. You ain't gonna do it like that.
No, it's not a not telling. It's something we haven't done that in over 10 years.
Amazing.
11 years. But it's something that blows people's mind even still, because again, being Christian, it got us caught up in a Christian way, and it made us think that ownership.
Yeah.
See, so when you ask me, am I Christian? It's like, I really don't like, but I have to say this, that's a religion that was given to us. That is a white man's religion that he said, this is our white God, and this is what you believe. So no, Jesse, I am not Christian. And I would, for my beautiful people, it's like, y'all find it for yourself. Find it for yourself. And if finding it for yourself means, you know what, I got a husband and my husband got 3 wives and all of us are good with that, then everybody good. You're going to hell and that's wrong and that's bad. Based off of what and who?
So you believe that Christianity is the white man's religion?
Well, who taught it to us?
I'm sorry?
Who taught it to
heard.
us?
You heard her.
Well, for me, my parents did. But
And who taught it to them?
But Christianity is not about a color at all.
Jesse,
Real Christian is about the spirit.
I'm going to say this to you, and this is just my humble opinion. If it's not about a color, then make them the true color. See, I've been able to travel the world, and I've seen where that Jesus is black, baby. If it's not about a color, then make it the truth. But because we've been taught it's not about the color, don't get caught up in that. Well, when we know our history, when did they start teaching us Christianity? Take me back to where we come from and tell me about Christianity.
Well, Christianity is a result of Judaism, where
when did Jesus change his religion? If he's a Jew, when did he become Christian?
Well, that's when they brought in the non-Jews, those who believed in the Father, believed in the Son, believed in the Father. And because we are a spirit, not a physical, you would see once you return to the Father, you see that it never had anything to do about color. It's of the spirit. And in the spirit, there is no color.
That's why I believe in love.
It's all love.
Color. See, I don't label it. I can't label it to belong to a group.
But he didn't answer the question. She proposed a great question. She said, if it's not about color, why are you not portraying the true color? Because image means everything. That's why. That's why we always try to make sure we look our best before we leave the house. Look our best before we do anything, because our image is a representation of who we are and our character. So if the color didn't make a difference, they would make him the real color that he's supposed to be, and not no blue-eyed, blonde, long hair, straight hair, white man. It's not realistic, especially after you do your research. But truth be told, Jesse can't.
You can't handle the truth.
I belong to this group, or I belong to that group. Well, this group believes this, and that group believes this. I simply believe in love, and love is colorless. It's colorless.
Do you believe that our battle is a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong, has nothing to do with color?
I do.
I do think it is right versus wrong, because I don't care what color you are. If it's right, it's right. And if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yes.
It can be, well, because they was black, it's just going to automatically be right. And because they was white, it's automatically wrong. I don't care if you purple with pink polka dots. If you right, your purple ass with pink polka dots is right. Okay, Jesse. And if you're wrong, you're wrong.
I was having that discussion earlier. It's about right and wrong. and not about black and white. It's not left or right wing. It's not Democrat or Republican. It's right from wrong. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a Christian, it's a Muslim, it's a Hindu. I don't care what you are. That's why we all are players for life. Check it out, playersforlife.com.
Players for life.
I can clearly see that there's no such thing as racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, deadbeatism, white supremacism, anti-Semitism. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. So you have those people who are children of God, they serve him, and those who are children of Satan, they serve him. And so this battle between good and evil is working. But because people are blind, they don't see that it's a spiritual battle. They're looking at it as though it's a physical battle, and it's really, really not.
Yeah,
Speak your speech, nigga. Speak your speech.
I think that the battle starts at home.
Yes, 100%.
The battle starts at home.
100,000%. You have to start with yourself and with your immediate family.
Yeah.
And The home I was raised in, it was a round-the-clock battle.
Yeah.
And the battle never got solved. There was never resolution. There was never, this is the answer.
Absolutely.
So
Chaos and dysfunction and confusion. That's what majority of us was raised in. Some better than others, but still the dysfunction was there and the chaos was there. Most of us need some type of therapy, some type of counseling, because we have to be able to resolve our past traumas that affected us when we were children, because our parents didn't know any better. So you have to forgive your parents for their ignorance and forgive yourself and move on. Because you could keep pointing a finger at the white man or at the government or at your mother or your father or whoever, but you, the man or woman in the mirror, has to deal with the reality of life. So my mission from here until I go into the ground is to be at peace. I'm even working vigilantly on stop chasing this paper the way I do, because a lot of us is in this rat race so much that we're not enjoying the journey. So I'm in a beautiful space. I'm actually doing what I love to do for a living. And a lot of people can't say that. So I'm grateful for that. And with that being said, I take pride in living in peace and having a peace of mind, regardless if it's a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a friend, or anybody disrupt my peace. So I hope everybody has been entertained and somewhat enlightened thus far. Make sure you share the live. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. We're about to wrap this one up. Shout out to Culture Wars, Jesse Lee Peterson, and Monique for this beautiful interview, informative, entertaining, and enlightening. Let's get into it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is how we get it in.
You're now live in the mix on Truthful Talk Radio.
take those battles out into relationships.
Yeah.
And you get used to those battles never being solved. So the battle starts at home. The spiritual battle, physical battle, mental battle, it starts at home. And you got to say, how am I preparing my family for this battle?
Yes.
How am I preparing them? Will they be weak? Will they fall apart? Will they stand strong? How am I preparing them?
Which you prefer, a beta male or an alpha male?
Tell me the difference.
A beta male is weak. He doesn't know how to deal with women.
Oh, I eat them up, Jesse Lee. I need the alpha.
I need the king gorilla. I need the king silverback beating his chest and make me say, okay, here I come, great babe. I need the king gorilla. Yeah.
Amazing.
Shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson and Monique. That was a good one, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Like I said, this was another episode of Truthful Talk Radio. If you want me to react to a particular video, go ahead and send it to that email scrolling below, truthfultalk@gmail.com. Same thing applies with the hottest independent artists in the game. If you know a hot independent artist and you want them in rotation right here on Truthful Talk Radio, send their info to truthfultalk@gmail.com. We getting rid of the payola and putting the power back into the independent artist's hands. This is how we do each and every episode. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure y'all hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We about to get up out of here to the next time, man. Make sure y'all stop y'all shenanigans. We out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, everybody that's listening and watching. We out.
That bullshit out. Get that bullshit up out of here. Where the fuck they do that at? They don't do that here. And if they do that there, then nigga, I'm good right here. Cut all that bullshit there out. Stop your shenanigans. Stop your shenanigans, nigga. Now cut that shit out. Stop your shenanigans, nigga. Now cut that shit on. I don't lie about shit, no lie. If I say it, then I did it, nigga. You be
Now
lying
live and
about
mix on
shit,
Truthful Talk Radio.
just to
You
say that
can't
you
handle
did
the
it,
truth.
nigga. Call nigga.